Hi, it's Denise with Ladybug Stampin', and I'm here with a video tutorial today for you for our Christmas Stampathon 2019 September challenge. And the challenge for September was to create a home decor piece using Stampin' Up product, or mostly or some Stampin' Up product. And this is what I've come up with. So I've come up with I don't know what do you call this, like a diorama type of thing. Out of these little houses that I got from Dollar Tree. So some of them, whoops, one was shaped like this, one was shaped like this, and one, I've already taken it apart, was shaped like this. We're going to be using this one in today's video. And so I'm going to be using that to create our little scene here. And these would be cute around your house in a tier tray, or maybe at work. You could have this at work too. Okay, and what we're going to be using today to create this is our new stamp that's in the holiday catalog called Snowman Season, and I really think this is cute. It's kind of like the one we had last year, but of course it's just a little bit different, but the snowmen are almost the same. Okay, and what else we're going to be using is the DSP from that set, from that suite, and it's got some great little papers. Look at those snowmen. And we're going to be using the tree one this time to create the background. Now, how did I get these three little snowmen? I got it from this set. Now, I fussy cut these two, and then I was able to punch out this one using our snowman builder. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you? But you can take this and you go right in here, and you just click, and you can punch it. Now, what I would do is, what I did was I kind of trimmed this off, and then I fussy cut these two, and then I punched this one out. So that way I didn't, waste some paper, because you've got the little arms and the hat and the nose on the side of the snowman. Now, I've already done that to save time. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take apart our house. And how did I get this apart? Well, you can do this a couple ways. You can start to push on it and see if it comes apart. Like this one is not going to come apart easy. So what I did was I took my, whoops, sorry about that, that was tangled. I took this and I just heated it along the edge right here. And then I kind of heated it a little bit right there. I want to be careful of the joints that join the house. And then I was able to push out. Okay, now I've already done this one, and this one actually I was able to push it on out. And then I was also able to take the paper off. It just kind of ripped off when I was taking this apart. You don't have to do that, because what we're going to use to adhere this, it will adhere to this, or it will adhere to this. Okay, so we're going to be using some DSP from that pack, and I was going to use the trees. This particular piece of sorry about that, it's my computer, is cut out at 5 by 7, and it fits the sides perfectly, just about. And then all we have to do is really trim up this top up here. We may have to trim a little bit right here, but we can do that after we adhere it. Now, this is going to be the front, so I want my back of the house like this on the back of the paper, and that's where we're going to trace. Okay, so you're going to take this, and I'm going to turn it this way so I can see it a little bit better. And I'm just going to take old-fashioned pencil and trace up my house here. All right, and that way that's all I got to cut, is that part. Now I'm going to use some bigger scissors. You could use paper snips, but I'm going to just use my bigger scissors. Now, when you trace a line on something like that where you're going to adhere the paper to, you always want to cut, I don't know if you guys can see that, because this paper is like really wild. You want to cut on this side, because this is what's going on the house. So we want to cut inside the pencil line, not on the pencil line, but inside. And we can go a little bit, because this right here is going to cover it. And that way we won't have that much to trim. Okay, so we'll do that one, and then we'll just cut this. Oh, not too much now, Denise. I'll make sure this is going to fit still. Let me put this over here, not that. Don't want to get that mixed up. Oh yeah, that's perfect, because see, this is going to hide that. You're never going to see that. Look at that. Okay, so now I'm just going to trim the sides a little bit, just a hair. And this will just take off that the edge so that it's you won't see the paper outside the back of the sides of the house. So we're just kind of, and it's just a trim, not a whole lot, and we will double check it to make sure we've got enough. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we're done with that. Now to adhere our DSP to the back of the house, we're going to use some of Stampin' Up's tearing tape. So I'm just going to run this along the house, if I can find it here. All right, and then I am going to, then I'll tear the paper off. So we're just going to take it, and you could just tear it like that. Okay, no, you don't need no tools. You can use scissors if you want. Sometimes I do use scissors. I don't know why, but I do. But you just tear it like that, okay? Now I'm going to use my multi-purpose tool. I think that's what this thing's called. And I'm going to use the paper piercer, or as I like to call it, the pokey tool. And I just kind of rub my fingers along the tearing tape, make sure it's really adhered. Then I take, you guys, sorry, we were having a storm. Take this and I just kind of use it to lift up the paper. Kind of like that. Make sure that glue's staying on there. If it's not, just kind of, there you go. So you can, it's on there. So then you just take that off like that. Okay. So I'm going to get all these off. Okay, so now we have all of that off, and we're going to take this against our house, and I would go very slowly with this and just kind of line it up on the sides and at the bottom. Okay. And then just kind of lay it down. You can scoot it over if you need to. Lay it down, press on it, and that will adhere it. Look, doesn't fall off. Okay, now we need to attach this to the house. Again, we're going to use sticky strip, but this time I'm going to put it on the back of the house. And I'm just going to go along the sides, and I'm going to run it this edge close to the end of the house. Okay. Now, I will show you something. This tape goes, it's a little bit wider than the width of this house. But once we take the paper off, we can roll it back like this, and it will fold over back on this side. Okay. Okay, that's the last strip. And as you can see, you'll see some of the overhang. I don't know if you guys can really see that on that one, maybe right here. So I'm just going to take my fingers, and I'm just going to pull it back like that. Just kind of roll it over a little bit. It's not going to hurt anything. Actually, I'll make it more secure. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to stand our house up. Did I tell you guys where these houses came from? They came from the Dollar Tree. Unfortunately, they don't have any more. But I know there's a video out there on how to make these little Dollar Tree houses. I think it's from the Latina next door. Okay, and then you take that and look. It's on there. Now, after the season, if you want to change these out, you can. You just push this out because that sticky strip is holding it, but it's not holding it so much that you can't just push this out. Okay. So our house is done. Now we're going to create our little edge here for our snow. Okay. And so what you're going to need is you're going to need a piece of Whisper White cardstock, or you can use any cardstock. You can use black. I just use white because it's easier for the snow. And now this piece is cut at 1.5 inches by 4.5, and we're going to get out our scoreboard to create some score lines, and we're going to go at 3/8 of an inch. Then we're going to go at 3/4, and then we're going to go at 1 1/4. Whoops! Don't move on me now. Stay there. All right. We're going to take our bone folder, and we're going to fold over our lines, and we're just going to use our bone folder to burnish that. Okay. I have been so busy this summer, and then there's been other things going on, and life has just been life. So I know I haven't been on, and I think some of the joy was going out for card making for me. I don't know. But I got some good news, you guys. I can't share it yet. And it made me, like, I don't know, made me joyful again. So sometimes you need that. God knows what you need. Okay, so before, we're not going to put it in there. We're going to take this and we're going to take some more sticky strip. And we're going to put on each end. So down here. Okay. And then on this side. Now, you can use the silicone sheet because this one is not that wide, but I was okay with that. I could have made this one a little smaller, but I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to take that. Because we really don't even need that much for this, because this side is going to hold him. Now I didn't cut out one of the trees this time. I didn't want to put that, but this will hold that. Okay. So I'm not going to take that off just yet. And I'm not going to take this one off yet. I just wanted it on there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our puff paint right here. No, it's called Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. You shake it up. All right. And then we're going to create little dots. And don't make them too big. You can make some big. And you're just kind of going along here. And it's okay if it dries a little bit. It actually helps it to not run when you put the heat tool on there. Okay, oops, that dropped out. Let's close it. We're gonna need more, but then we're gonna take our heat tool and I'm gonna put it on 2. And when I turn it on, I'm gonna warm it up first. But I'm gonna hold it up a little bit from it, and you can kind of judge, kind of go closer, and so make sure it just doesn't run right at first, because it's what it's doing is kind of like letting it dry a little bit, and then all of a sudden it will start puffing. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. So cover your ears. Okay, so it's kind of created like little snowballs, which is what we kind of want. Can you guys see that? It's just so cute. I love it. Now, I'm going to take some more, and I'm going to fill those in. Just like this. Just kind of go around and kind of fill that in. You don't want to just glob it on there, because I find that when I did that, it just didn't work. You can. If it works for you, that's great. For me, like that, it just doesn't work real well. So I try to be really careful with that. And now this one, you don't have to go all the way back, because you're going to have it probably on the shelf or something, and you won't be able to see it. Okay, but that's up to you. Mine's going to be probably in the shelf or something, so I'm not going to worry about going too far back. Okay, I filled this one up, put this up. Okay. Now, we're going to turn the thing on, my heat tool on again, and then I'm going to heat it up, and then I'll be back. So now, I have all my snow on there, but don't forget I have my crease back here, because I've got to make that crease. So I've got to make sure, because I'm going to be laying this down on the bottom of the house. So I'm just trying to get this. And as you can see, some of this kind of got over on the bottom. That's kind of why I used my silicone mat, because when I was trying to layer this, some of it was dripping. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of get that off of there. I'm just kind of push it up, because we need that to kind of not go on the bottom here. Okay, so now we're going to take our house and we're going to peel off this tape. Okay, and then we're going to take this, and it's going to go right here on the bottom. Okay, so right here, and you can determine how far you want it back. I'm just going to take it in here, kind of push it, and if it doesn't fit from that size, you can take your scissors, okay, and trim off a little bit. I always kind of go really, don't take a whole bunch off, because then it'll kind of leave a gap. Okay, yeah, so that might leave a little bit of a gap, but we'll be okay. So I'm just going to put it right there. Okay, and just use your fingers, kind of press that down. It doesn't have to be even. Snowbanks aren't even. Okay, and we're just going to make sure that it's kind of folded over like that. Okay, so kind of try to make it like a triangle, because you're trying to get that snow to kind of, you know, crease a little bit. All right, there we go, just like that. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, now we're going to take our snowman, get him out here. So I've already got these cut. I've already got dimensionals on these ones. And now these two have layer of two, 1, 2. So we have one here, but then they have 2 dimensionals. And he only has 1. Looks like a little family, doesn't it? Little snow family. We're gonna take out some Whisper White cardstock. Just some scrap that you have. And we're gonna get our snowman out here. Oops. And we're gonna get our D block. Then we're also going to get out our Santa hat. We're putting this on an A block. And then we'll go ahead and do our sentiment too as well. And we have, this sentiment is on 2.5 by 7/8 Whisper White. And we're going to be using the Hoping This Season Builds Heartwarming Memories. And I forgot to get a block out for that, so let me get that real quick. I changed up my sentiment at the last minute, so that's why I didn't have the block out, okay? We're going to get out some of our Tuxedo black ink. Now this thing likes to get all over me, so I'm going to turn it up like this. And I'm going to press into my images, okay? Put down the side, and I'm going to stamp him here, and then do the same thing with the hat. All right, and the hat I'm gonna go up here, or you can go closer if you want. I just want him up there to make sure I don't doesn't get cut by the other pieces of the snowman builder's punch. Okay, and do my sentiment, and right here. Kind of center it as best as you can. Oops, didn't come off. Okay, oh, I actually did really well. Okay, and then I've got a piece of real red, and this is cut at 3 by 1 inch. And we're going to layer this right on here. Now, I'm going to use some dimensionals, but I have a pack that I have the edges, and I'm very frugal with my supplies. So I'm going to take and cut that there, and then kind of eyeball it. Put this one on here for the sentiment, right there. And I'm going to line that up. Okay, and then I'm going to take the other half and put it on this side. See, you're using all your dimensionals. And I'm going to hit that side for a second. Okay, now we're going to get out some, I'm going to use markers today instead of the blends. I decided to use markers. And I'm going to use Shaded Spruce, and this is going to be for his hat. It's going to be his little holly up here. Okay, and then for his berries, I'm going to use Real Red, because berries are red most of the time, especially at Christmas. And there is red in this paper, in this DSP. And there's also Flirty Flamingo, so I'm going to use that for the little pieces of his hat. I don't want red because there's red in that one. So I'm going to use the brush tip on this one. Okay, There we go. And then for the color of the hat, I'm going to use, is this basic gray? Yeah. So I'm just going to use it. And I'm not going to try to be real perfect with it. I might leave some white space, but that's okay. Makes it kind of look painted, you know, homemade. Okay. And then for his nose, I forgot, I'm going to get out and use pumpkin pie. And I'm going to use the 0.5 blade, the little thin line one. There we go. Then we're going to punch him out. Punch the snowman out first. Just line him up in there. If you guys can hear the TV, I apologize. My husband's and they're watching TV. Okay, then we're going to take the hat. We're going to go on this side. And I always like to, I got paint on my hands, punch it like this so I can kind of line everything up. Okay, now you could punch his nose out because there is a place for that. But what I do with his hat, did I just like throw it away? Yep. But I just wanted to color it in. Okay. And then for his arms, I'm going to get out some early espresso and line this up and pop those out. Okay. Now we're going to take some multi-purpose glue and I'm going to get out my silicone mat again. Whoops. Anytime I'm doing some kind of gluing like this, it's good because this literally wipes right off this. That's what I like about it. So I'm just going to put a little dot. Okay, come on. Okay, brim his hat. But I'm going to take my little snowman arms and figure out which side I want. I'm going to dab a little bit in there because it doesn't need much. I'm going to put his arm here. And then I'm going to take a little bit from here and do the same thing. Let me lay his hat down first. You can put his hat however you want. I'm going to put it straight on. And then this arm kind of going that way. Okay? Oops. No, stay there. Stay there. And you stay there. Okay, so he's done. Now the sentiment. We're going to go ahead and layer it in the house. We're going to take off our... I'm just going to lift it up so I can kind of see how I want to place this. Yep, I'm liking it right about there. Kind of center it the best you can. All right. And before we put our snowman in, we're going to do one more little thing. I'm going to take and put some drops. Whoops. Just some thin ones that need to be bunched. And make some like there's some snowballs either flying in the air from the kids because they're off of school. Because, you know, put one right there. It's snowing, so I don't know about you guys, but in the South, yeah, we take off if it snows. Okay, so not too many, just put like that. And I'm going to heat those up and make them look like snowballs. Alrighty, so do you see those little snowballs in there? So it kind of just gives it like a little texture, a little 3D action going on. Alright, now we're ready to put our snowman in. I wish this would fold down like my other one did. Maybe it will once I put the snowman in there. Oh, stay in there. All right, so we put them in there first. Let's put our little family in there. Oh, I'm going to put him down for, oops, don't stick. I'm going to put the little boy first, kind of down in there. Then the mama. That's what I'm calling her, the mama. And the daddy. Right. Then we're going to take our little snowman and we're going to take this sticky strip off now. Okay, right there. Now. Yeah. See? So he's kind of sitting down. Oh, it worked perfect like I wanted it to. So it kind of set him, when I put him on there, it kind of fixed this. All right, that's perfect. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've got one like this, and we've got one like this. I think that is cute, and I may even I don't know. I may make another one, and I've kind of got like a trio. But I plan on giving, I'll keep one, and I'll give one to a friend. So, it's a cute little snowman home decor piece for our Stampin', is it Christmas Stampathon 2019. This is September's challenge. So if you like anything that you see, all of the information, size, the measurements, the supplies, everything will be listed down below, and there'll be links to everything. Okay, so if you have any questions, please of course let me know, and I'll be back next time with I don't know when, but with another video tutorial for you guys soon, I hope. All right, have a wonderful week. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.